going to continue with the weekly All Signs love readings. We're up to Libra. I'm just going to burn some sage. So that I can meditate. I'm feeling a little bit uptight. Can't stop thinking about work. That's better. Okay, let's have a shuffle. So yeah, starting off with Libra, I'm using the Aura Tarot deck. It's really, really nice. It's this like lovely olivey sage colour. Okay, one more shuffle. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Libra's highest good. How is Libra feeling in these final days of June 2025 and beginning days of July 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about or dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for Libra, please. Okay, we've got the King of Cups reversed, so you could be feeling over-emotional or under-emotional at the moment. The King of Swords, when it's upright, is someone who is very, very balanced, emotions-wise, compassionate, generous, forgiving, calm, you know. They get stressed, same as anyone else, but they look like a duck or a swan, okay? All the panic's beneath the surface. So at the moment, you could be flapping a little bit. Another one for Libra then. The World reversed. Okay, so we haven't got the completion of a cycle yet. When the world is upright, the Fool realises that better days are coming, okay? And it's been tough times, okay? But we're at the end of a cycle. It's not completed yet. Something is a bit of a slog or difficult or, you know, extremely challenging, but we will get there. We know that has to happen. Thanks, the loves. Whoops, sorry. I've got to sit with the tripod directly in front of me, so I keep knocking it. What's that that's just fallen out? The Empress reversed. Okay, so this is one of your major arcana, as well as the Scales of Justice. You have the Empress, you share it with Taurus, because you are also ruled by Venus, the goddess of love and beauty. You can see that when she's upright, she's very beautiful. You know, she presents well, she attracts love, she attracts wealth. She's the creator. She can make from zero as many times as she needs to, over and over again. Okay, everything she has is within her. Hi, Jackie. At the moment, okay, you're not showing up as yourself in your sort of highest version, and that makes sense with the other cards that we've got. You could be feeling run down, you could be feeling burdened. You know, inevitably that will come to an end. We know that. It's that time of year, isn't it? Me and my friend were talking last night, and it's like everything gets incredibly busy right before the summer holidays. Just feels like it's getting more and more intense. Right, let's see what comes out for your person. Okay, they have got the Star card reversed, and that means there's a lack of healing or a lack of wish fulfillment. If there's something that this person really, really wants, they haven't got it, okay? The Seven of Cups is in the challenge position. That's when you're at a crossroads in your life and you have no idea what direction you're going next, okay? There's 7 different cups there. And some of these things are good things and some of them are not good things, but it's basically like a period of daydreaming, thinking about what, you know, what is going to be my new reality, okay, in light of this lack of wish fulfillment. Right, they've got the 3 of Cups reversed and the 9 of Swords reversed. Okay, so the 3 of Cups it's 3 is a number of community, teams, groups of people. Cups can be any kind of emotion. It can be a happy occasion, celebrations. It can also be a third party card. You know, the 2 of Cups card is 2 people offering a cup of emotion because they each love each other and they've just fallen in love. When there's a third cup, that's too many. Okay, so it can be a cheater's card, third party situation. The 9 of Swords reversed is letting go of fear, anxiety, worry, things that keep us awake at night. We're letting go of that. Okay, so I don't know if a third party situation has been exposed or this is just a cause for, you know, the opposite of celebration, really, like commiserations, following on from that lack of wish fulfillment. Right, in the challenge position, they've got the 2 of Swords. So when the 2 of Swords is upright, we're refusing to deal with the situation. Okay, we're blindfolding ourselves, body language is closed, with the arms crossed. With that reversed, it's coming out of that and it's facing up to reality. Okay. Hi, Naomi. In the challenge, it's like, can I face up to this? Can I deal with it? So you could be dealing with an Aquarius, you don't have to be. Let's get 3 for the outcome. This is a love reading, and then you watch the sign for you or for your person. Okay, I'm not doing individual questions. Right, in the challenge position is the Ace of Wands, the Temperance, major for Sagittarius, the Ten of Swords, and the Six of Wands. So we're going to have to look at them both ways, aren't we? The Ace of Wands would be like when you're hella excited for a do-over, like a second go around with someone. Temperance reversed is like being over the top emotional, like mood swings about it. Ten of Swords reversed is dropping the burdens. Six of Wands reversed is like feeling unsuccessful, feeling unrecognised, uncelebrated. If it was the other way round, it would be there's a lack of a rebirth. I'm really trying to manage my emotions, and I'm managing it. It's painful though, like extremely painful. It's the end of the road with the Ten of Swords. That's the most swords we can have. They're all the way up her back. The Six of Wands is like, I'm going to be successful, I'm going to be recognised, I'm going to be positive. I will come out of this. You know, it's very abundant. There's leaves sprouted on those wands and butterflies stopping to fertilise them, you know. So it's far more positive this way, despite there not being a second go with this person. This way, it's well, it's like having to tough it out, having to, you know, face facts, face reality. This way, it's like, now I'm going to do it, but it's going to be a flop, basically. Either way, you know, the challenge is like, it's not possible to have a second go around because you can try for it, but it won't work. Do you know what I mean? And it's not necessarily because they don't want it, and it's not necessarily because you don't want it. It's circumstances, things that are bigger than you. Okay. Yeah, so clarity, sudden revelation, a confession, the truth. This is the challenge. Things are really foggy right now. Right, now we've got, for the outcome, the Ten of Wands reversed, dropping the burdens, Five of Wands, refusing to have conflict, King of Wands, sitting in our power, being assertive, being confident. I mean, the King of Wands upright is someone who's going to manage it, you know, however it feels, they're going to manage it. They're Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, they're fire. Fire's unrelenting, you know, there's huge determination, a large amount of ego. It's very important to this person to stay upright. I'm not taking personal questions, just to let you know. Yeah, huge amount of determination. I think this is a situation where we're just going to have to rise above it, you know. It's very emotionally disappointing. It's the reality, and we've got to rise above it. We've got to keep the peace. I can't guarantee that this is someone that you're dealing with because you're showing up as an Empress and they're showing up as a King of Wands. But this could be someone that you're directly involved with. They could have children, you could have children, you could be married. But I don't get marriage cards here. It's more like this being a relationship and we want to have a do-over. And I don't think either person's walking away from it. It's like circumstances won't allow it, i.e. immigration or so something that's like, like the law, something that's like bigger than what you want or what you feel like doing, something that's bigger is controlling this. Let's clarify their cards, because this is not wish fulfillment for them to like lose this. And I haven't got the Eight of Cups, I haven't got the Three of Swords, I haven't got the Seven of Swords. There's no sense of betrayal, no sense of unrequited love, there's no sense of Ten of Cups, like family situation. So you're almost showing up as two separate individuals, but let's clarify what's going on with them. They're at a crossroads, okay? It's difficult for them to deal with it. Escape. Love is an emotional escape for you. Be sure you are getting involved for the right reasons. I'm not taking personal questions. Hi, Ria. Crumbling. What you've built feels like it's falling apart. It's okay. You have the strength to build anew. Well, yeah, that's the vibe that I get with the King of Wands. Like, where there's a will, there's a way. They're going to have to, like, boss up, but they don't want to argue. They don't want to have conflict or fallout. Lone path. Needing to take time out or be on your own for a while. Burning evidence. What is going on? Sometimes you do that when there's endings, don't you? And you feel like it's out of your control. Sometimes you like, it doesn't mean there's like something bad going on, but like as in deception, but it might just be like anger, frustration. You've moved on, haven't you? Ooh, they're completely like freaking out. You haven't moved on because you've got the World reversed, you've got the King of Cups reversed, you've got the Empress reversed, clearly unhappy at the moment. It might be a case of communicating that to them, I don't know. Unless it's just their insecurities and you've already spoken to them about it. Okay, we've got recommit. Reaffirm your commitment after trials, proving love's resilience. Repair. Carefully mend the cracks in the relationship, restoring past beauty. So something has really caused a lot of trials, tribulations have caused disharmony, disunion. Crosswords could have been spoken, tempers could have frayed, you could have got upset with each other or upset the situation. It's really encouraging you to pull back together and not let this, like ruin your connection with each other, like how you speak with one another, how you are with each other. No, it's not the right time yet. Okay, see, something about the timing is making things really impossible. So when is going to be the right time? Okay, October, when you're truly ready for it. October could be an important time with regards to this connection. You could have a lot on your plate at the moment, Libra, and it could just be like the situation's working against you at the moment. But there's something about October being an important month. So, yeah, make of that what you will. Let's get you some advice. Grounding, go deep, explore your roots. Okay, so you might be really, really struggling to not overthink, overanalyze, get out in nature. The throat chakra. The frequency of the throat chakra, the blue flower of life, supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and of balance. Healing. The frequency of healing supports our intrinsic ability to restore our health and wholeness by consciously using the information that comes to us through our senses and harmonizing everything accordingly. You see, that's 2 cards in a row about when you can't be mindful, you're not in the moment, okay, and you kind of left your body and you just, yeah, I'm doing that at the moment. I'm Libra moon. I'm like disassociated from myself. Do you know what I mean? And it's like I need to get back into just living in the moment, and doing things that are very sensory can really help with that, like cooking, painting, gardening. Gardening's fantastic for mental health, and you're bringing ourselves back down to earth. When we're feeling, you know, a loss of control, like Librans really, really struggle when they don't have balance. So if you're feeling a loss of control, just try to like step out of the situation and surrender it. You know, you're allowed to want a certain outcome, but you need to surrender it instead of trying to like force the wheel. Remembrance. The frequency of remembrance supports our memory of everything that we've gone through as a soul and body, providing us with valuable information and tools to flow gracefully with and in this life. You've been through difficult stuff before, okay, and you know that change is inevitable. You know that you survived a hell of a lot of stuff, Libra, so it's time to surf this one out, you know, ride the crest of the wave to wherever it's taking you. Don't try to go against it because it'll hit you like a concrete wall. So we've done that one. Let's see what spirit animal you're showing up as. Oyster. Okay. Rare. Precious. Tightly contained, you know. What's it called? Is it when you have to shuck the shells apart because they're like clamped together? I think you're battening down the hatches at the moment and you're thinking, goodness me, I'm in for a rough ride. But you are divinely protected, okay? The way that a pearl survives the entire process because of its hard exterior, you're stronger than you know, you're stronger than you think, and you just only need to look back at everything you've ever been through, okay? You are still standing. And it might not be comfortable, any of it, but it's all making you tempered and into this beautiful, rare pearl that you are. Okay. Life is about the experiences that we have. It's not really about outcomes. It's tiny, tiny little... They're like mini chapters, aren't they? Little pages of a book. And each page has to turn. It has to. And we've been through so much. And it's easy to kind of focus on the next problem ahead, the next problem ahead. What situation have I got to deal with next? And we forget everything that we've been through. You know, you need to give yourself the credit that you deserve. You fucking strong as. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, never forget what you're about and how beautiful you are, okay? Other people perceive you as a rare, beautiful pearl that's been put through so much, okay? But that's what makes you who you are. Right, so, you know, things are going to evolve in October. They're going to take quite a shift. And at the moment, it's potentially like a situation where you need to just... You know, like the story of Icarus flying too close to the sun, and his wings were made out of wax and they melted, didn't they? It's like, let's just not push ourselves too far, okay, and get ourselves too wound up. It's time to take your foot off the pedal. We're very, very close to that part of the year where everyone's taking vacations if they haven't already, you know, and it is necessary. It's really, really necessary. You carry a lot more stress than what you consciously think you are. Okay, so you are rare and beautiful, and you're stronger than what you know. You know, in like in all the other cards, there's a lot of like rain falling on the background of these, and they can look quite depressing, but this has got like the most beautiful confetti behind it. It's iridescent, and it's just, I don't know, I just think you're rare and you're special, and everything you're going through, it's all for a reason, okay? Right, take care, Libra. Hope you got some comfort from that reading. Sorry if you're experiencing this kind of tough period. I think a lot of us are going through the same. Try and stay, you know, positive, stay in the moment, let it flow. Surf. If you liked the reading, don't forget to give me a like, share the channel. Coming up to a year. I started it in July last year. I used like, you know, just my normal YouTube channel that I've already got, so it looks like I've been on for years, but it's less than a year old, this channel. So I appreciate the likes, the support. Okay, so we're going to be going on to Scorpio. Let's have a shuffle. Where's everyone watching from? I don't think there's many people on lately, but you know, because it's such like a nice time of year. I had like work to do Friday night, so I couldn't get on. I know that's a favourite. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Scorpio's highest good in these final few days of June and beginning days of July 2025. How is Scorpio feeling towards the one they're thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting it? 3 cards, please. The Ace of Swords. Okay. So the Ace of Swords is major confession, major revelation, clarity, the truth. You know, swords are thoughts, they're communication. So it's either something you're thinking has become very, very clear to you, or something maybe you want to say something to someone, you know, like confess something. And it can be positive or negative. Aces are supported by the universe, okay? So it's some action we've taken, or where something we're thinking, and then it's supported by the universe. Like an Ace of Pentacles might be, I've asked the bank for a loan and they've granted it, or I've applied for a mortgage, you know, and it's being given the yes, or I've applied for a job and I get it. You know, it's an ace is like a response to something we're thinking or doing. What is it, like every action has an equal reaction or something like that? Right, the Strength card's reversed, so there's a need to be emotionally strong, and that could be quite challenging. It's fire energy, it's the major for Leo. Okay, that's the artwork, it's really nice. She's, you know, she recognises that on the outside. The beast is incredibly strong, but she's trying to tame him. Okay, and stop him from being grumpy and angry and over emotional. Or afraid. Yeah, and lash out. This is like, I need to control myself emotionally. The Ten of Swords reversed. Okay, so this is like, God, I feel better after that. Getting that off my chest. Yeah. This is someone who's like in incredible amounts of pain. Like the swords are all the way up her back. From the back of her thighs up to the back of her neck. It's like you couldn't get any more in there. Do you know what I mean? When it's reversed, it's like we're choosing not to worry. We're choosing not to be in pain anymore. So could be clarity or a confession or something is causing like a release of pain, like a release of pressure. For the one that's showing up in your reading, we've got the Scales of Justice, okay? Major Arcana for Libra. That's in the challenge. So something could have been unfair. Something could have been imbalanced. Something could be illegal. Because it's in the challenge position, okay? Someone could feel like they've been wronged somehow, or they're worried that they've been wronged. Right, there could be a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, because we've got the Queen of Pentacles, which is earth energy, okay? See, this is someone who is abundant, they're a good provider, they're reliable, they're responsible, you know, they're a grinder. They like to gift. Gifting is their love language. They're very good with material things, okay? So beautifying the home, buying gifts for people, making themselves look nice. This person is a good spender, they're a good earner, they're a good saver, they're good with material worlds, okay? They could have a well-paid job because they're a queen. They could be a father or a mother, someone who's a provider or a homeowner. It's a responsible person, a calm person, an established person. Something, they feel like something's being unjust for them. Right, in the challenge position, we've got the 9 of Wands. So that is like the wounded warrior when it's upright. It's like this person is getting injured, they're incurring, a lot of difficulty from taking on all this challenge, but they're like, screw it, like, I'm a warrior, just give me more. I want to keep going, okay? When it's in the challenge, it's like, I don't know if I want to keep going with this. I actually don't know if I can keep going or if I want to keep going. Which is interesting after getting that kind of like sense of injustice. They could be a Libra, or they could have Earth in their chart. They could have air in their chart, or Libra specifically in their chart. A Tower moment is in the outcome. This is major change, okay? So it could be the end of a relationship, a relocation, it could be being headhunted for a job and having to go abroad. Towers can be positive things, they don't have to be negative, but they look overwhelming because the tower comes down and what replaces it is something better, but it's never comfortable. It's not comfortable, it's major change. Towers can be caused by us, they can be caused by another person, they can be caused by the universe. So I don't know if it's something that you're telling them that they feel it's unfair, because they're at the same point, those cards in the timeline. Then we've got you're trying to be strong, they're showing up as like solid, dependable, reliable. They're not sure if they want to keep going with this. And it's just all very emotional for you. And then we've got the Tower as the outcome. So something's going to fall, but it should be replaced by something better. We've got the Hierophant. Okay, so the Hierophant can be a marriage card, but it's the major arcana for Taurus. The Hierophant is the teacher. The Hierophant is no longer a student. They have lived so many harsh lessons that now they're ready to teach other people. They want to talk about what they've been through with the hope of preventing others from suffering what they've suffered. Okay, they're very, very wise. It's from life experience. It's not about intuition and wisdom from, spiritual connection. It's like earthly energy, like I've lived a lot and now I understand a lot more. Now I make better decisions. We've got the King of Swords reversed and the Death card upright. This could be, the King of Swords upright is heavy Aquarius energy. It's air, it's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The swords are truth, knowledge, communication, thoughts. This is a person, when it's upright, that tells the truth. They're a person that They're very sure of themselves. They're strategic. Everything's thought out. You know, they've analysed it to within an inch of its life. Once they're ready to verbalise something, it's being well thought through, well rehearsed. There's no mistakes. Hi, Pima Annie. That's reversed though. So communication, when it's accentuated in like lots of communication or accentuated towards no communication, then it's either manipulative talk, aggressive, nasty talk, blunt talk, or it's blocking. So something negative here to do with communication, thoughts, knowledge. And then we've got the Death card, which is the major for Scorpio. And that's all about the end of a chapter, you know, walking through the gates of a chapter into a new one. I mean, you've got a lot of swords. You've got a lot of swords. They've got the scales of justice, earth energy and wands. They've got like earth and fire. The Tower is a major arcana for Aries as well as the Emperor card. The Hierophant is for Taurus. We've got so many major arcana here. In the outcome, you've got 3 major arcana. And it's the end of a chapter. Major change. So I genuinely can't tell, you know, because the Tower is fire energy and they've got the 9 of Wands, which is fire. But then the other outcome card is the King of Swords. You've got loads of swords with the Ace of Swords, the 10 of Swords, but you've also got fire. They've got the Scales of Justice, which has swords on it. Maybe it's mutual. I don't know what you're going to tell someone, but it's going to cause a Tower and the end of a chapter. The King of Swords reverse could be a divorce card. They're showing up as a queen. You could be the King of Swords reversed. But I don't know. It's the end of some sort of chapter. Like, examples would be like ending a relationship, but I don't have the 8 of Cups here. I don't have heartbreak with the 3 of Swords, so I don't... I don't know what it is. It's like, maybe it's an announcement of some sort. Like, announcing you're pregnant or announcing that you're moving away. You know, you're taking a job abroad or something. It's some sort of confession, major revelation, major truth, major clarity. Let's clarify their side. Empty. The truth is that... Sorry, my voice went. The truth is that you simply don't feel fulfilled. It's worth the wait to find true happiness. Okay, so because they're loyal, dependable, possibly that they were like prepared to carry on with something, but they were sort of half in, half out, or having mixed feelings about it. You know, the kind of people that just like, well, just keep going with it because I'm a loyal person and it's the right thing to do or whatever, but maybe they, you know, they're not comfortable with change, or they just didn't like the idea of change right now, like that maybe they're a fixed sign. That's it, isn't it? It's within their nature to keep going, but they actually aren't that fulfilled, and then you've got clarity on the situation, and it's very emotional, but it's like something that needs to be said and something that needs to be done. And then it's like, it's better once it's off your chest. And 10 is the end of a cycle as well, so I think this is the straw that breaks the camel's back, you know, where there's been a weak foundation and then someone just has the balls to go, do you know what, I think this is done. And then it just kind of like starts off a catalyst, doesn't it, of like chain reaction. Boundless spirit, your only limits are the ones you put on yourself. Yeah, they're limiting themselves by fighting for this. Dance of souls. Be vulnerable and let your two hearts intertwine. Magic within, create space for personal growth and self-discovery. Yeah, this person's going to end up going through, you know, like hermit energy and soul searching and doing shadow work. There's a need to kind of like move into that chapter. And sometimes, you know, if it's a queen, maybe they've got children, maybe they own a home, and therefore, yeah, that's a reason to stay. Fulfilling a fantasy. Okay, so someone has, I don't know if someone's stepped out or someone's just, it could even be like, you know, the way when you're young, like you just think if you can get married, you'll be really happy, or if you have kids, you'll be really happy, or if you can just buy a house, you'll be really happy, and then you get that thing and you're still not really happy. It could be that, but I know with those cards it has connotations of like sexual deviancy or affairs or... Yeah, I mean, the fact that they've got empty and then fulfilling a fantasy, it's like... they're just not happy, are they? They might feel like things are good financially and they might be quite loyal, but they're not actually fulfilled by the situation. So why would you carry on with it? You're just going to be tempted to cheat if you do that. I try to fall for someone else, but no one compares. Okay, maybe they almost did and then stopped themselves. Oh my god, narcissist. Someone is too full of themselves. Yeah, they could be very controlling. I mean, narcissists don't really feel feelings the way that we do. They emulate them. They definitely don't feel remorse. Everything's... Well, I don't get, like, full-blown narcissist for them, like, because they're showing up as the Queen of Pentacles upright. But maybe they perceive, you know, like, everything is, like, against them with that Justice card in the challenge. The Struggle card is the challenge. Narcissists they are controlling. They're very controlling, very manipulative. And they're always looking for stability, security, financial gain, but they'll leech it from you. They're not able to provide stability for themselves because they're very chaotic. Let's get you some advice then, Scorpio. In the flow, everything is smooth sailing. They could be getting influenced or operated by a family member or someone close to them that's narcissistic. Throat chakra. The frequency of the throat chakra, the blue flower of life, supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and of balance. That's really interesting, isn't it? Because that follows the Ace of Swords, where you speak your truth. That's the throat chakra. What spirit animal are you showing up as right now? Owl. Okay. Air energy. Okay, so owls have the ability to perceive danger ahead of time. They can focus in. You know, they're nocturnal. They have incredibly good eyesight. They rarely move. Okay, they don't have... They're not distracted by anything. They're not constantly busy. But when it's time to swoop, they'll do it. Okay, it's target locked and ready to rock. So pretty much silent as well most of the time. You wouldn't know that they're there. So I think this is what you're showing up as at the moment, someone who's very adept, very silent, makes very careful moves, and you're perceiving, you're able to see through the crap, see through the darkness, see through the lies, see the truth, you know, and that's what you need to be able to do with narcissists, like to be able to see through all the crap that they constantly tell you. Just bollocks comes out of their mouth like non-stop. You've become wise to this situation, okay, and you're gonna pull this tower down, definitely. What about new? When are you gonna meet someone new? Because I'm sure you want to know. Seems like you got a lot going on at the moment though. Okay, around June, when you're truly ready for it. I wonder if that's going to be in like a year's time, you know, like next June, because I can't imagine if you're all tangled up with someone who's narcissistic. I can't imagine that, you know, it's going to be like tomorrow. I think it must be like June next year. Because you have to heal a lot from narcissistic abuse. You have to heal incredible amounts. You have to, you know, the problem is the pain's exponential because you keep finding out more and more lies that they've told you. It's just the levels of betrayal are like beyond belief. And it gets to a point where you're like, please don't tell me anymore. Please, like, yeah, because it's other people that expose them, like their friends or their family or in-laws, you know, will like tell you the reality and just expose them, and then you just like, please, like, I don't actually want to know anymore. I don't want to know anymore. So it does take a few months to get over it, and then I think it forces you to put healthy boundaries up. Okay, narcissists are karmic lessons, so if you were operating with very low or poor boundaries, like next to none, and you just really wanted anyone to come along and take care of you, okay, that isn't realistic. We have to be discerning, we have to be careful if they're trying to rush things along and then you're sort of going with it and you can't slow it down. You know, that's narcissistic abuse because they're trying to make you love bombed, okay, and force you to make really heavy decisions early on. Because they know that they'll reveal their true selves after about 3 months. So it's always like, oh, you're my wife, you're my husband, you know, let's move in, let's have a baby. It's like everything's fast forward times 100 with a narcissist, because they know it's a matter of time to seal the deal, really, before you start getting wise to shit, before all the lies meet in the middle, you know, between all the different people that they're chatting shit to. So I think this is like your time to put boundaries, and obviously following that, it'd be hermit energy for like a good 6 to 12 months. That makes sense. That would be next June. It's got to be when you're ready, when you're healed, when you've got walls up again. That's why we get sent karmics. They could come across as a good provider, but someone can earn good money and they're actually siphoning, you know, they're sort of like spreading lies that, you know, well, I pay for this and I pay for that, and they don't, and someone else is paying for their shit and they're blowing it all on drink and drugs, or do you know what I mean? But they come across as like hard working because they go to work every day. They come across as a provider, but it's all lies. It's like other people's money that pays for stuff. They're blowing their money on like illegal stuff, you know what I mean? Gambling, drinking, prostitutes, whatever should not be happening is happening. Narcissists are crazy. You get yourself away from one if you're dealing with one, my God. It'll just get slowly, well, not slowly, it'll get gradually more and more intense, like the drama. And there'll be like the most drama you've ever had in your life will be in about the 6 to 12 months of knowing that person. You won't have had that much drama in 40 years, do you know what I mean? It's like non-stop, and you just want to get off. Like, stop the ride, I want to get off. Because you just recognise that it's like doomed, you know what I mean? And you're doomed if you're with it. They'll pull you into illegal stuff and like all kinds of shit. If this resonates, obviously it won't resonate for everyone because it's very specific, that, but Spirit will give advice to the people that need it the most. So if you're dealing with a narcissist, or you just realise that, you know, it's all been shit, sorry if you were going through that. I've been there, I've done it, got the t-shirt, You will come out the other side. Please like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, and I'll see you in the next one, Scorpio. Okay, on to Sagittarius. Can't get my hands around these cards, my goodness. They're just a little bit too big for me. They actually look metallic, these cards. They're really pretty. Never ever feel foolish about having, been sucked in by a narcissist either, because they've got you when you're weak and you're vulnerable after you've been through something major in your life. And you won't be the first person, you won't be the last. If someone directly lies to you constantly and gets their friends and family to lie or omit truths, and gets, everyone is kind of like backing up what they're saying, that's not your fault. It's called hoovering, okay? They're very manipulative and their friends and family can't get away from them, but you can. So that's the only blessing. And of course, you learn to put up some walls pretty fucking fast if they're burning through your cash or, doing shit to you that's just out of order. But don't think that they're only doing it to you. They're doing it to their parents, they're doing it to their children, they're doing it to their best friends that they're growing up with, they're doing it to grandparents. It's disgusting what a narcissist will do. They've got no qualms about hurting the people that they love the most. Spirit guides, the universe, and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Sagittarius's highest good. How is Sagittarius feeling in this final few days of June 2025 and beginning days of July 2025, with regards to one they're thinking about or dealing with or manifesting in? Three cards for Sagittarius, please. Okay, let's see what we've got. The Knight of Swords, urgent message. Four of Swords, much needed respite. Taking time out. And then the King of Cups. The King of Cups is upright, so it's being level-headed, it's being calm, it's managing emotions. Calm, understanding, empathetic. I mean, that is a very hasty, that horse is like, there's rocks coming up behind its hooves, like its mane is like up in the wind, the sword's raised. they've got their armor on, and the clouds are all like, you know, everything's whooshing by. So this is delivered hastily with urgency, and it could be harsh words. Then there's like silence, and we're thinking on stuff, and then we're trying to be calm. So I don't know if you delivered, you know, you gave someone what for, delivered some home truths, because it looks like quite an angry, like this can't wait kind of energy. We've got the Ace of Wands reversed and the Strength card upright. So you could have said that you don't want a rebirth with someone. You don't want to do over. You don't want to heal things. You don't want to reconcile. Okay, because the Ace of Wands, it's different to the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is like, I've never treaded down this path before. Like, I've not set foot down it, so I don't feel any kind of way other than excited. Okay, it's like when you first start dating someone, or you move to a new job or a new country. It's like you've got no previous, do you know what I mean? So you can't be like, oh, I remember when we had an argument there, or like, oh, I hope we don't fall out this time, or I hope we still, you know, got it in the bedroom. There's none of that, because you've not done it before. But with an Ace of Wands, it just gives like the sense of a rebirth. But that's reversed, isn't it? And then the Strength card is the major for Leo. So there's a lot of fire energy here. And there's a need to be emotionally strong, which we're managing. Something could be done with your past, or someone's becoming your past. If the Ace of Wands was upright, I'd say this is something you want, because whatever you wish for, whatever you will in, the universe rewards that with good luck. Okay, if you've worked hard for something, if you really want it, and you've put some energy into it, some time, some money into it, the universe rewards it with an ace. So the fact that it's reversed, I think it's like you don't want it. Do you know what I mean? Then we've got an Ace of Pentacles. Now, the Ace of Pentacles is investment of time, money, and energy. It's leveling up. So it's like when you put out a job application and then you end up getting an interview. You know, that is the universe rewarding your hard work, your effort, your time, money, and energy going into something. I don't know what that Ace of Pentacles is about. If you had some sort of financial good luck recently, if you've been promoted or finished paying off the house or got a tax refund that's quite large, it looks to be like good financial news. Now they've got the Six of Cups upright. The Six of Cups is nostalgia, it's memories of the past. It's like we've known each other for many years. It's soulmate energy, okay? Because all the memories are built up over many years. And now we care about each other like we do a family member. We hold each other in high regard. So that's upright, so that's nice. So someone's showing up with a soulmate energy. Right, they've got the Page of Pentacles and the Sun card. So this is someone that wants to make an offer and they're very happy about it. They're very carefree. They feel abundant. They feel blissful. You know, the Sun card is a baby that's naked riding a horse bareback. You know, just having a wild, happy time, like carefree. A Page. A page is like at the beginning, but why would we have that after a soulmate card? Does this person want a do-over? Do they want to talk? Do they want to apologise? Do they want to take you out? Or is it someone new? The sun is fire energy. There's a lot of fire here, a lot of pentacles. Fire and earth. Oh my goodness, we've got the Seven of Swords upright with the Three of Swords reversed. Someone's lying, cheating, stealing. The Three of Swords is heartache, heartbreak. And that's recovery from heartache, heartbreak. Is someone trying to like... That gives the vibe of like taking you out on a date, that Page of Pentacles with the Sun card. It's like, I want to give you happy times. But then this one's like, I've been lying, cheating, stealing, and it's like, are they doing it out of guilt? Or are they doing it out of like, or are they being deceptive? Do they think this is going to like heal what they've done? Are they trying to get away with or get over the heartbreak they've caused with their lying, cheating, stealing? It's like someone wants to provide like good times, high vibes, like good energy to a soulmate after. Because if that was upright, I'd say then they cheat, like next down the timeline, then they do lying, cheating, stealing. But because it's reversed, it's like with regards to the cheating, and they're trying to heal this broken heart that they caused. I'm looking at the timeline and they're doing that, trying to sort of spoil you and make up for what they did. At the same time as you're saying, I don't want to do either, like, and you're trying to be emotionally strong. Then we've got the Ace of Pentacles. Do they win you round? Let's see what comes out in the outcome. The Devil. Major Arcana for Capricorn. This is codependency. This is things that are toxic, things that are intoxicating, addictive. Can be like trauma wounds, trauma bonds, people being connected to each other in a very obsessive way, toxic way, addictive way. It's a very, very strong energy, that. Right, in the challenge, we've got the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords. Where are we up to with Kings and Queens? We had the King of Cups there, didn't we? You were the King of Cups. They were a page. King of Pentacles is earth energy, so they could be going from a page of Pentacles to a King of Pentacles. The Devil is earth energy. However, you've got Ace of Pentacles, so you could be becoming the King of Pentacles. We've got the King of Swords. You were the Knight of Swords, then you were the King of Cups. Well, they're both upright. The problem is, two kings is double masculine energy, so it's like each person wants to be the boss, each person wants to be in charge. But they're positive. The King of Swords is air energy, King of Pentacles is earth energy. You know, this one's good at providing, earning, spending, saving. This one's good at nurturing. This one's good at making tough decisions, being intelligent, gathering facts, information, analysing, speaking about it. You know, like it's a very... This is a person that likes to serve the community. So you'll know which one you are out of those two. This person very lavish, they like to spoil people. This one likes to do things to fix things, help people. I mean, you're showing up like quite positively there. But it's interesting that both are masculine, so it's like a proactive... There feels like a conscious coming back together, like a conscious recoupling. I don't know if that's what's going on. Nine of Wands reverse is dropping the burdens. Okay, so looks... The wounded warrior is someone that wants to persist with something, even though it's going to be tough and tiring. They want to keep going. They're nearly at the end of a cycle. This is like, I'm dropping the burdens, I'm not doing it anymore. Let's clarify the cards, because you know why you feel the way that you feel and what's going on with you. Like, why are they showing up as a page after a soulmate card? Weird. Up in the air. Not able to make solid plans. Flighty. Empty. The truth is that you simply don't feel fulfilled. It's worth the wait to find true happiness. So it could be a bit of an act when it comes to how they show up for you. Like they're doing it, they're spending money on you, they're planning things for you to do together. They could be, you know, trying to make a concerted effort, but actually inside it's not like really indicative of how they feel inside. They're trying to reflect, you know, what they should do and what they think you deserve. Hanging on. Release the past and let yourself love again. Okay, so okay, that makes sense, doesn't it? Because they've got that nostalgia card, the Six of Cups. They have so many positive memories, so many lovely memories of this connection. Okay, so it's not like they regret it, but I think it could have run its course. And so they're kind of like feigning that they're still really into it because they just feel like you deserve it, and it's a shame because they've built so many memories with you. Like, it's someone with a big heart, this. But they have, it looks like they have cheated, whether you were aware of that or not. You could be aware with the fact that you've delivered an urgent message, or you've just felt like things have been off, or you separated and then you discussed getting back together and you said, I don't think we should, and it's freaked them out because they're just not ready to lose this. But this devil card is not great because it's like codependency. It's like, if it was the lovers upright, it'd be more healthy, but it's not the lovers, it's the devil. So it's like there's something about it that's unhealthy. I think that's them wanting to invest, and I think you've got your sword up. Like, don't come at me wrong. Do you know what I mean? I think they're in the doghouse and they're like really trying to make things up to you. Destroyed, shattered, broken, completely ruined. Yeah, they will be devastated at the thought of losing everything that you guys have built up over the years. They're not comfortable with it, do you know what I mean? You could have been together for like a decade, 2 decades more. Oh, I thought we had more time. Silence is its own kind of confession. Ooh. There might have to be some like honest words coming out at some point here. Yeah, let's do these. Water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. What about a water sign? Vacation, you will be traveling soon. Sexuality, someone is still figuring themselves out. Okay, so it could be a sense of like they're not sure about their sexuality in terms of like, what you call it, like sexual preferences. And that doesn't have to be like choosing which sexuality you are, but it may be that they feel out of touch with sexuality, they don't feel sexy. You know, maybe you've been celibate for a long time, maybe things have gone very platonic between the two of you. It doesn't mean they don't care. They've got all these cups of love, all these memories. But I think they've lost themselves somewhere along the way. They've lost themselves somewhere along the way, and there's something to do with distance, trying to find out, you know, who they are, like reconnect with their sexuality. And we've got that Seven of Swords, which is a cheating card. Maybe they break their own heart by cheating. You know, but I think this person like genuinely fucking mixed up and lost, to be honest. There's nothing nasty here, do you know what I mean? It's not like, oh yeah, I really want to hurt this person. It's nothing like that. Transformation. A fresh new way of living emerges. Okay, so Some sort of major transformation for you, Sagittarius. This is a phoenix rising from the ashes, you know. You've got that Ace of Pentacles. I wonder if you're going to keep going with this person. Because that devil is like keeping you too attached, I think. Authority. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed and realised, yet receptive, wise and loving. Maybe you're going to hear this person out, hear what they've got to say, and then you're still going to say your part. Empowerment. These are very, very similar, aren't they? Authority and empowerment. The frequency of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with others in the deep trust that we are all connected to the same source. Okay, so, you know, people aren't aliens, they're not monsters, they're just as lost as we are. They don't know what the answers are. Okay, sometimes we want answers from people and they don't even know why they did stuff, or they don't know what the solution is. Do you know what I mean? But we need to advocate for ourselves, and that's my sister. That's my sister. Right, well, this reading's finished. I'm just gonna get you a card. She got a grey car, like my mum and dad, so I thought it was my mum and dad coming back from their walk, and then the bell went and I'm like, I didn't get it. Right, I'll have to finish the other signs after my walk. You're showing up as a spider, someone that can weave their own web, okay, map out their own reality, collect all the opportunities you want, everything you desire. And you're showing up as the frog. Okay, so frogs can be poisonous, they can be good at camouflaging, but they have certain needs, don't they? They need to be with that water, they need that moisture, it's essential for survival. The spider needs to catch its prey, it's essential for survival. So I think that there's a balance between what's within your control and what's not. Does that make sense? Because frogs have to find their water source, and that's outside of their control. Spiders can take their tools with them. So there's like, you're a game of two halves. Yeah. Some things you can control, Sagittarius, and some things you really can't, and you can't let go of what's essential for the ability for you to thrive, you know, relies upon having the basics. Some things are non-negotiable. So with that being said, I'm going to finish your reading there. I'm going to let my sister in. I'm going to go for a walk and I'll finish your readings later. If you liked this reading, if it resonates, please share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.